Welcome back to Insight. We're Indiana Physical Therapy. We're talking to Steve here about foot and ankle injuries. And this is interesting to me because I guess certain type of feet may be more prone to being injured.
It could be play a role in the foot type, but there are basic foot types. It's all in relation to the arch of the foot, the curvature there. Some people have a flat foot where basically the whole bottom of the foot is contacting the ground. Some people have very high arch feet where the outer part of the foot is making more contact and not as much weight is distributed evenly through there. And then you just have a normal arch where it kind of goes through a typical roll and lift off during a gait pattern or running. And it's not necessarily dependent upon a foot type that can cause an injury or make one more prone to it. It's what we do. It's the wear and tear of life. It's the pressures and the stress of exercise, and maybe not having the proper support.
So
basically, that sets us up for injuries.
So not knowing can set you up for injuries.
Could be, yeah. And there's some common injuries that we see in the clinic. 3 of them are more prominent, tend to be from stress or wear and tear, the excessive forces that we put through them. Plantar fasciitis is a pretty common one, which involves the bottom of that foot through the arch, where people get general arch or just the sole of foot pain. Achilles tendonitis is another fairly common one that you get pain more coming through the back of the foot into the ankle and the heel. But that Achilles is the long tendon that attaches the large calf muscle into the bottom of the foot. And then a metatarsalgia, which is kind of the ball of foot pain, where the metatarsals are what makes up the portion of our ball of the foot that goes to the toes. And that can become irritated and create pain more to the middle of that ball of the foot.
Now, is there a way to prevent those? Because I think I remember hearing stretching for plantar fasciitis.
Yes. Yeah, most of the stuff we see in the clinic and just in general, but involving the foot, has to do with how we're taking care of ourselves. I think I have a job because a lot of people don't stretch well enough. But strengthening is important as well. We need to have the proper support and structure to that. But if you don't have proper flexibility through the foot, something has to give, and usually it's the structures in that foot that usually give out.
The one time I ever had the plantar fasciitis, they said it was probably because I was wearing flip-flops, or sandals or whatever in the summer, and they were like, bad idea.
Exactly, yeah, that's where that arch can just drop more, and it just puts more force through that tissue that fans out across the bottom of the foot to each toe. And then stress builds up, irritation, inflammation, and it creates a lot of pain.
And so when people come in with a foot problem to see you, is that something that you can, help manipulate back, or what's the basic treatment?
Well, we need to help unload the force. We need to look at several things, and that's where physical therapy's role can be very helpful. Things can get complicated with all those bones and structures in there. Compensation is a huge factor in any part of our body, but a foot takes a lot of that. We've got these large structures on fairly small support. So we need to unload the pressure by stretching, by getting those bones moving, because compensation has occurred and creates further breakdown through the whole leg. So it's not just looking at the foot and ankle, it's looking all the way up to see where there's instabilities, where weaknesses have occurred, to lead to that breakdown or that stress.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people dealing with foot problems that don't even realize that physical therapy can have a great role in the recovery to that.
Yeah, again, you can make Indiana Physical Therapy your first stop if you've got any sort of foot problem. IndianaPT.com is the website. Check out all the locations. There's one close to you. We'll be right back on Insight.